We all have that one song that we just don't get tired of listening to over and over and over again.
Will you shut up?
Well, what can we do? It's our jam, but have you ever wondered if someone else actually sang that one song that's become the anthem of your life? See if your fave track is included in our list of the 13 greatest songs initially written for another singer. What's up, Factnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Watch till the end to find out our top pick that proves one singer's trash could be another artist's chart-topping treasure.
Like a virgin, touch for the very first time.
Number 13, Baby One More Time, Britney Spears.
My loneliness is killing me.
Everyone knows that Britney's debut track instantly catapulted her to pop stardom, so it's really hard to imagine Baby One More Time actually being sung by another artist, but it almost happened. The song was written and produced by Swedish songwriter and record producer Max Martin, the same genius behind many a 90s hit. But Martin initially presented Baby One More Time to the Backstreet Boys and TLC. However, both groups rejected it. So, when he was asked by Youve Records to produce songs for Britney's first album, he played them Baby One More Time, and the rest, as they say, is pop music history. Rolling Stone even crowned Britney's maiden track as the greatest debut single of all time.
Baby, one more time.
Stay glued till number 1 to see which artist regretted passing on this certified hit that made another artist ultra successful. Number 12, Umbrella, Rihanna. If Britney was on the receiving end of a rejected song with Baby One More Time, this time around it was she who ditched a track that became another pop star's mega hit.
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart.
Yep, Rihanna's track Umbrella was initially written with Miss Spears in mind, but the label passed on it as she had just finished recording her album at the time. The song was offered to Mary J. Blige as well, who turned the song down too. Turns out, Umbrella was destined for Rihanna because the track arguably solidified her status as one of the biggest pop stars in the world. With the song, she won her first ever Grammy Award in 2008, and 10 years later, Spider-Man actor Tom Holland blessed us with this flawless lip-sync battle performance for the ages. Number 11, Gold Digger, Kanye West featuring Jamie Foxx. It's not often that we get to see an actor such as Jamie Foxx being featured in a rap ditty, so it didn't come as a surprise that Kanye West's first single as a lead artist broke records left and right in 2005.
Digs on me. She give me money.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
But did you know that Gold Digger was initially written from a woman's perspective? Kanye originally wrote the song for an up-and-coming female rapper named Shauna, but she ultimately decided not to use it. Instead of throwing it away, Kanye rewrote the track from a male perspective. Just a few weeks after its release, Gold Digger went on to kick out Mariah Carey's We Belong Together from the top spot of the Billboard Top 100 and broke weekly digital download records. Number 10, Rock Your Body, Justin Timberlake. If you thought JT's hit song made Justin sound like Michael Jackson's heir apparent, then you're not wrong, really. The reason why the track sounds eerily MJ-esque is because hitmakers Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo wrote it for the King of Pop. Rock Your Body was intended to be part of Michael Jackson's 10th studio album, Invincible, in 2001. But perhaps the tune didn't rock MJ's body enough to include it in his record. Thankfully, Justin Timberlake was there to give the track his own spin, and the song successfully transformed him from a Mickey Mouse Club and NSYNC alum to the legitimate R&B pop artist we know today. Number 9, Happy, Pharrell Williams. Now, what self-respecting music lover didn't sing and dance to this life-affirming earworm once inside the shower?
Clap along if you feel like a room without
Featured in the Despicable Me 2 soundtrack, the song unsurprisingly found a bigger fan base on its own because of its infectious rhythm and positive message. But you know who's not happy about passing on this gem of a track? CeeLo Green.
CeeLo, do you at all regret turning down the song Happy?
No, not regret.
Okay, whatever you say, Mr. Green, I guess you don't regret missing out on the 6.45 million copies it sold in 2014 and all the charts it topped worldwide, too? Number 8, Don't You, Simple Minds. Now, let's walk down memory lane and revisit this 1985 hit that became the decade's anthem, all thanks to a little movie called The Breakfast Club.
Don't you forget about me.
Oh, that song brings back so many memories, but I digress. Don't You Forget About Me was written by Keith Forsey and Steve Schiff, who actually thought of bringing together Simple Minds, Billy Idol, and Brian Ferry to record the track. Unfortunately, all of them turned it down, but eventually, Simple Minds had a change of heart and agreed to record it minus the other two artists. It later became the Scottish rock band's first and only #1 hit song on the US top rock tracks, and the song will forever be remembered alongside that iconic fist pump at the end of The Breakfast Club.
Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
Don't you.
Number 7, Holiday, Madonna. These days, we don't know if the Queen of Pop would even accept rejects anymore, but back in the day, she had her fair share of hand-me-down tunes, which she turned to chart-topping gold. Written by Curtis Hudson and Lisa Stevens, Holiday was first presented to Mary Wilson of The Supremes, but the songstress ultimately turned it down. When the track was offered to Madonna's producer, the then up-and-coming star injected it with her signature devil-may-care attitude, and the world was introduced to their future queen. Madonna sure had a lot to celebrate. Number 6, How Will I Know? Whitney Houston. But I bet Whitney didn't know at first that this song was the one she dreams of to take her to greater heights. See, when singer-songwriters George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam wrote How Will I Know, they initially had another young female music star in mind, Janet Jackson. However, in the end, Miss Jackson's management rejected the song, which gave the songwriting duo an opportunity to offer it to Whitney Houston, who at the time was just about to be launched as a new artist. In just one take, Whitney nailed the track, and it went on to become Whitney's second #1 single on the US Billboard Hot 100 in 1986. Number 5, Let's Get Loud, Jennifer Lopez. This Latin bop, which arguably made J-Lo a household name, almost didn't see the light of day, but thanks to the song's co-writer Gloria Estefan, she didn't just throw the track away when she felt she already had a lot of material that sounded similar to it. Instead, she handed it over to J-Lo, who was just starting to make a name for herself back in 1999. Estefan stated that she thought J-Lo would have more fun and put a new spin on it, and boy was she right. We stan a diva who looks after her fellow divas. Number 4, Lean On, Major Lazer and DJ Snake. In 2015, nary a millennial didn't groove to the beats of this smash hit by Jamaican-American group Major Lazer, DJ Snake, and Danish singer Moo. Music producer and co-writer of the song Diplo originally pitched Lean On to none other than Rihanna, but he was savagely turned down multiple times. According to him, Riri said that she didn't do house music. And then later on, Rihanna allegedly described the tune as like a reggae song at an airport. Ouch. Perhaps it was for the best that it ended in another well-deserving artist's hands, as it became the 5th best-selling song of 2015 worldwide and currently has more than 1 billion streams on Spotify. To be fair, Rihanna has since apologized for her comments. Well, sort of. Number 3, Telephone, Lady Gaga featuring Beyoncé.
You've been a very bad girl. A very, very bad girl, Gaga.
Arguably one of the most iconic collabs of the 21st century, this bop by two of the biggest pop stars on Earth was nominated for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals at the 2010 Grammy Awards. But we still can't help but wonder what if Britney actually released this track. Yep, Telephone was supposed to be part of Britney's album Circus. She even recorded a demo track for the song. Listen. However, her label later rejected it, so Mother Monster decided to keep it for herself and released it in her third EP, The Fame Monster. Number 2, Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson. Written and produced by Max Martin and Dr. Luke, this 2005 mega hit introduced an edgier, more punk rock Kelly Clarkson to pop music fans. It was a bold choice for the ultra-sweet American Idol alum at the time, and the track was first offered to Pink and Hilary Duff, who were both known rock chicks in their own right. But the risk certainly paid off for Ms. Clarkson. The track somehow found its way to Clarkson's producer Clive Davis, who managed to convince Martin and Dr. Luke to give it to the singer. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Aerosmith.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
It's hard to separate this power ballad from Michael Bay's 1998 film Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, and Liv Tyler. But could you imagine it being belted out by another artist other than the legendary Steven Tyler? I Don't Want to Miss a Thing was written by Diane Warren with Celine Dion in mind, but still, she was pleasantly surprised when the film company decided to give the ballad to an unlikely artist, rock band Aerosmith. It was specifically recorded for Armageddon with a 52-piece orchestra, which made it much bigger than life. After all, it would be the anthem of a movie about the end of the world, so why not go all out, right? Eventually, the song became the band's first and only number 1 hit in the US Billboard Hot 100. Oh yes, Dream On just peaked at number 6. And Walk This Way only reached number 10. So, did your fave track make it to this list? What's the anthem of your life if it had one? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Now, let's go back in time as we count down the 10 most important moments in music history. That's coming right up. Till then, keep on rockin', Facnatics, and see you in the next video!